sometimes, right, on a random day, if I want to, like, you know, get her in the mood, right, all I have to do is just reveal a bit of my thigh, right, and like she goes like, oh my god. You know, she's always wanted to do this. Like, every time, like, just on a random day, right, she just ask me a question, like, hey, what's your favorite food? Then I'm like, huh? Why? Why you keep asking? Like, you ask me this like 5 years from now, right?
The day will
and then she's like, because one day we might be asked to play this game.
Okay, so question 1 is, what do you think is your partner's favorite thing about you?
Nothing favorite, okay.
Oh, I know the answer.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
My craziness and loudness and fat ass.
Because he always complains that I put too much things on my eyes.
Just read the comments on the video later.
Okay.
For some reason, she finds it very sexy. Sometimes, right, on a random day, if I want to, like, you know, get her in the mood, right, all I have to do is just reveal a bit of my thigh, right, and like she goes like, oh my god.
Who said I love you first?
We don't say that. We know each other, we know we love each other. But we never say out.
Yeah, just say lah.
I was very straightforward when I first met him. I was like, I'm not looking for like any like fun. Like, I'm looking for serious shit. So if you're not like interested, then it's okay. We're good. We can be friends.
What?
Your memory fading. I remember saying that day, I know it's absurd that I'm saying it this soon, but I mean it when I say it. And I said I love you.
Oh, heng sia.
I feel like I was more proactive in like making the first move with Dan because...
Desperate, what?
Shut up!
I think that's my problem, right? The reason why I never made any moves is because it was really the start of like the woke movement, right? And I didn't want to like become too overbearing with like girls I like, you know. But I think if Nat wasn't so proactive, right, I would still be single and lonely. No? So I think the real lesson that I've learned is that I got really lucky. But if you know what you want and you also know that you're not going to do anything illegal, obviously like stalking, then like go for it.
We were already getting to know each other for like 8 months.
But we never met. So one reason why I didn't want to meet her was I actually really wanted to focus on my career.
It just so happened that I bumped into someone and like I started talking to this person.
So she told me, she actually called me up to tell me like, hey, I'm dating this guy. I said, the guy sounds too good to be true and it's not me. So it's not real.
He's so cocky, right? He's so cocky, right?
It's not real. I think that also, in a way, made me want to hurry up because not every guy is going to be a fraud.
What's your favorite thing to do together?
It has to be PG, right?
Involves a lot of movement lah, basically.
And our mouths
From time to time. Like,
oh yeah, we definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to say that!
We can take car rides to go,
and eat.
Yeah.
So it's the same trip. I think it's the same answer.
Different.
Okay.
Hey, we got one right.
Yeah.
At night. Any arguments that we've had, it's always me napping in the day.
So why I even said that is she likes to come over and take a nap.
But I nap for 7
Yeah,
hours.
she doesn't nap, she hibernates. I think we have argued about pretty much everything under the sun, but I wouldn't call all of them arguments. I think a lot of them are lapses in communication.
Yeah, there definitely has been a point where I think both of us have wanted to walk away from the relationship.
It was a very, very simple matter actually, but she was constantly repeating her points, I was constantly repeating my points, and there was no middle ground. So what I did was I spoke to her in the most effective way she has told me she needs me to speak in.
So despite all these challenges that we faced, I think an important factor that has allowed us to stay together has been our willingness to work things out. Don't you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it must be willing to work on the relationship. So you will have to put others, those little thing aside. Don't because of this small thing and then you started to draw a big fuss out of it, you know? Yeah.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Is it me?
Yeah.
We are boss in separate things. As far as cooking, market, all this, she is the boss. Decide other thing, I decide.
I felt that I'm more organized in things. In terms of even like we go for tour, right? I'm the boss because I know what to do.
Yeah, so Dan and I met at work. He was my boss lah. I think safe to say, it really isn't easy working in the same company as your partner because you not only grow together as a couple, but you also grow together as a colleague. So I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, a bigger part of like myself or a bigger part of him wears the pants in the relationship, because I think that also shifted as we grew together as a couple.
My main advice is actually for people who are in office romances and it's new. I think the most important thing is that because you see each other from 9 to 6 every single day, right? It's so important for you to set aside couple time, because if not, your relationship is just built around work. So I'm very glad that we still kept setting aside time to go on dates, even though we kept seeing each other every single day.
How many past relationships has your partner had?
Ooh. Can we like give parameters of like 6 months?
Official, as long as you labeled each other as girlfriend, boyfriend, no? Doesn't matter how long, how little. Why? You got a lot, is it?
I don't know. She also don't know how many relationships.
I know I roughly know how to count.
3 or 4, but who cares? Your past is your past. At the end of the day, they're not here to see you shine. I'm here to support you.
My exes used to check my phones a lot. I had 2 back-to-back who like to check my phone. For some reason, they don't trust me. Even though I've never cheated. I'll tell you the biggest joke. The 2 that used to check my phones were the 2 that cheated. They are that insecure because they would think that I would do to them what they were doing to me, you know?
Yeah.
So when I step into any new relationship, I will always ask for 3 things. Trust, honesty, and faith. Trust in the sense that you trust that I'm going to do the right thing. Honesty in the sense where I need you to be honest with me. And faith is to believe in me and to believe in where this relationship can go. So any of my relationships, I've always asked for this.
My advice to anyone who's still hesitant to go and explore new relationships due to past trauma would be to really ask yourself why that hesitation is there. So I actually ended up going to see a therapist about this, and later on found out that I have this thing called schemas. And mine was feelings of defectiveness. Feeling like you are not good enough, that you are flawed. Yeah, like nobody will love you, that sort of thing. So what happened was this actually ended up with me attracting people who I wanted to fix. And that led to a lot of these detrimental dynamics within the relationship as well. So what I would say to anyone who wants to go into a relationship is to always look within. Why are you getting into a relationship? Is it because you're lonely? Is it because you're looking for validation? Or is it really because you are looking for a partnership that you can grow with?
I mean, I had one serious relationship, and it was the one right before that. And I think it's, you know that saying, like don't make promises when you're happy. And at that point of time, I think we made those promises when we were in our honeymoon phase. And I think within like the first 2-3 months, the cracks started to show, I would say. I think the most important takeaway that I got from my previous relationship was to kind of talk to my partner about what our life goals look like, at least in the near term. Because you might have the expectations, she might have different expectations.
I don't have a lot of expectations, but those that I have, I'm very particular about.
I felt like several times you've put me on a pedestal, and I'm glad you think of me that way. But I'm also human, and for me, a relationship is a safe space where I am allowed to fall short safely, without judgment, without scrutiny, when I need to. You know, when I need that support, when I need that space to just be myself.
I've learned to be more communicative and just tell him when I'm not okay. And I keep telling him like, it's a safe space around me. Like, he can tell me anything.
I mean, there's hurdles here and there, but it's definitely easy in terms of, like I said, because she helps me choose which path, and then I will plan the route.
You need 2 hands to clap. Not only you keep on compromise. The both sides think that they want to get along, both have to compromise.
We chose to be in this relationship together. It's not only about being like a love interest, but as 2 people wanting better things for each other.
I think the heartening thing for me is knowing that he wants to achieve so many things in life. I think that's a very sexy thing. Not just his ties actually. Yeah. There were the hits and there were misses lah, but I think at the end of the day it was knowing that he kept true to his word. So I think that was what clicked for me also. Yeah. Knowing that he was goal driven. Hey, don't cry.
It's like couples therapy, yeah.
Don't cry.
I've never heard you say that. That's very nice.